Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will show you which tomato germinates first by adding different materials to the soil in each cup while germinating tomatoes. You can also choose one of these during the germination process. We will do this with fish heads, fish waste, eggshells, and banana peels. Let's see, which one will progress faster? At the forefront of the elements and components needed by the plant, there are many substances and molecules such as nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, and sulfurous components, zinc, and iron that need to be obtained externally. Potassium is also a substance that needs to be obtained externally by the plant. Potassium is essential for important vital activities and productivity in plants. Potassium facilitates the use of nitrogen in plants. It is possible to find potassium in the form of potassium sulfate and potassium nitrate as artificial fertilizers. However, we will obtain potassium from banana peels. While directly loading nitrogen to the plant with fish and its fertilizer, we will strengthen the plant's nitrogen absorption with the banana fertilizer experiment. We have prepared all the materials we will use for 4 separate germination processes. Now we will put them into separate small containers, and then we will start the germination process. I will fertilize our first glass with a fish head. Since I am using a fish head in this glass, I am writing fish head on the glass, so it doesn't get mixed up with the other glasses. Let's move on to our next glass. In this one, we actually use the excrement we extracted from anchovy fish, along with the intestines. I placed 2 of them in the same way again, because I will also place 1 seed on each of them. And I write fish intestine on it. Let's move on to our third glass. I am putting eggshell in this one. Eggshells dissolve quickly. The calcium and minerals in the shell enrich your soil in a short time. In fact, eggs, their shells, and boiled egg water are used in most plants. Tomatoes, eggplants, and peppers rot while growing due to calcium deficiency. The calcium in eggs nourishes the soil and consequently the plant. The pH value of the soil is extremely important. If there is acidification in your soil, eggshells balance the pH value of the soil. So eggs really have a lot of benefits. Here I will use fish heads, fish intestines, and bananas, but I am very hopeful about the eggs. In the same way again, after placing 2 seeds in this as well, I cover it with soil. And then to avoid mixing it with the others, I write egg on the cup. Yes, let's move on to our last glass. What did we say about this one? Regarding potassium, we will also germinate here in the same way with banana peel, which provides the potassium that plants need. I will also place 2 seeds in this glass in the same way. What did we say about the banana? Now, when using fish heads and fish intestines, that is, fish waste, we said the nitrogen that plants need, we will directly provide the seed with the fish. And what are we doing with the banana? We are enhancing the absorption of nitrogen in the soil by the plant more quickly thanks to the banana. Here, as we did with the other glasses, we write banana to prevent mixing. We have 4 glasses standing by. Now we are giving them their first water, that is their life water. What did we do? Fish head. Fish intestines, that is fish waste. We will do germination with 4 different types, eggshell and dried banana peel. Let's see in which glass we will observe the fastest germination. which fertilizer will be more beneficial and provide faster germination. By the way, I wanted to remind you that I am doing this germination process in January. So I'm not doing it in the summer. That's why I cover these glasses with another glass, so that neither the heat nor the liquid inside is lost to evaporate and return to the soil again. 2 days have passed since we planted our seeds. I placed the glasses on the radiators because, as I mentioned earlier, I am doing the germination in January. It needs to be a warm environment. You can see the evaporation on the glass. That was our goal, to create a greenhouse effect. By the 5th day, germination started in the egg. But there is no development. In the others, I already knew that the egg would provide some stimulation earlier. As you can see here, the fastest germination starts with the egg. By the 7th day, the rapid germination in the banana caught up with the germination height in the glass with the egg. No, movement in the others. Still none. So, the egg provided the initial germination, then the banana, but the banana progressed quite rapidly, reaching almost the same height as the germination in the egg. I wonder when the others will germinate. Let's take a look at that too. And finally, on the 9th day, the tomato seed in the glass with the fish head also started to germinate. It's starting to show itself slightly. The others have begun to bow their heads. But the banana is still standing upright and firm. Soyez, the development is like this. There is no movement in the fish intestines. The banana will now pop out of the cup, almost. The egg is also quite healthy. But there now is no movement in the fish intestines. Soon anyway, I will open it too. I will examine the seed inside. I didn't keep it exactly for 3 or 4 days, but I waited about that long. Maybe there would be some movement in the fish intestine. However, while the germination of the others is quite good, there is no movement in the fish intestine. By the way, the reason these sprouts have grown this long is this. I placed it on the radiator, but the curtain was closed. So, because they want to see the light, they are stretching their length like this. Look, as you can see, there is nothing in the fish intestine. The others are also quite healthy. Now, let's open the fish intestine. Let's examine it as well. Look, the leaves are quite firm, and as we have obtained now, there is a tomato scent. Believe me. And now, it's time to examine the glass with the fish intestine. I wonder why it didn't germinate. By the way, this video you are watching is a continuation of the video linked above. I had published a video saying I put fish at the bottom of the pot. Look what happened. This video is the result of that. I recommend you watch that video as well. As you can see right now, there's no sign of the seed or the fish intestine, as if I hadn't put any of them. Most likely the fish intestine burned the seed. That's why no development occurred. In fact, fish, waste, and fish intestines are used as fertilizer, but they need to go through certain processes. Either because of the salt inside or other substances, applying the fish intestine directly didn't work. But in my future videos, I will apply the fish intestine directly to the soil of developed tomatoes, cucumbers, and even peppers. I think it will be stronger. The purpose of this video was to test these materials anyway, to see which one will germinate faster, and we learned that too. If any of our friends know why the fish intestine reacted this way, I would appreciate it if you could write it in the comments. By the way, if you like this video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel and activate the bell to watch my next videos.